Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna have a pretty chill video. We're gonna check out some of the cars I opened up on my Instagram that I haven't made a video yet on YouTube. And yeah, you're gonna check out and see the variety of brands that I like, the variety of car types, and the manufacturers of these diecast. That's what I like about collecting diecast is that you can pretty much like whatever you want. Unlike being, into like real cars, you're going to be limited by money and space. It sounds familiar with diecast too, but not as bad, I'm a big Honda guy in real life, so I like Hondas for a lot of reason. Obviously, they're not like super expensive, and parts and like building them is something that's been done before, so it's a lot easier, and they're really reliable. But when it comes to diecast, you can like whatever you want. I got a minivan to a GTR to a hypercar, anything. Basically, you can collect anything. That's the one thing I don't understand is when people are into, um, just like a Hot Wheels or a Mini GT, and they don't want to branch out for them, or they're really into just trucks. I can respect it, but I really don't understand it because, like, unless you're like really limited on your budget, I don't understand why not explore different things. This is your opportunity, unlike real cars, where, again, you're limited by space and a lot of money. Here you don't have as to that degree of that problem. So, anyways, let's check it out. Let's check out some stuff here. I got a minivan. I got a Suburban. I got a hypercar. I got a drag racing car. Datsun 510 drag racer. All different brands. We got Enog. We got Pop Race, Kaido House, Hot Wheels, Green Light, Auto World. There's so many more brands out there too, but these are the ones that I opened up this week, and I love mixing it up and checking out all these brands. Obviously, I have a few of my favorites out there, and I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware of that. But yeah, I still like checking out everything. So let's check out. Let's go this way, and we'll end with this one. I just opened up this one today. And if you want to check out any of these reels that I made on my Instagram, it's the same username. All right, so the first one up is by Auto World. This is not their first release of this caravan. I find this really, like, it brings back a lot of memories, That's why I like this particular vehicle, because I remember growing up and actually seeing these vehicles. Now, my family didn't have one of these. We had a GMC and a Chevy van, but we never had one of these ones right here. But this one's kind of cool with the wood trim. This has come out in like silver, a more brown color. This is their latest release. But you can see it's really well done. It's all the right spots, and it does have an opening hood. And I'm gonna tell you guys the price point of all these two as well. So Auto World is going to be Auto World for us. I usually pick these up at like diecast shows because Auto World, they don't sell them in Canada, and I pick them up for 10 or 15 bucks, generally speaking. So American, that would be $7 to $10. But in store, I'm pretty sure these are less than $7 for you guys in the U.S. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. But yeah, pretty reasonable. So this would be, I think, the same price as a main. No, actually, premium Hot Wheels is going to be a little bit less than this, I believe, in the States. Again, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But, you get your rubber tires. You got your full metal base and body. You get really nice interior details. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit so you guys can have a look. So you can see the seats. You can see even the vents and the steering wheel, the back seats. I really wish instead of an opening hood, this thing had a sliding door. That'd be cool. Just so we can get a little bit better look of the interior here. But yeah, they do a good job. One thing I'm not really a big fan of Auto World is they paint their headlights and taillights in. They do a decent job, but sometimes this one's not too bad, but sometimes it just looks like a big blob, especially when the headlight's big. This is not so bad because the headlight's very small, so it looks okay. But this particular casting I am a fan of. I have picked up like at least 3 or 4 of them already, so I would consider that being a fan. Next one up is this green light Suburban. I believe this is an 86 Suburban. And Greenlight is kind of making a comeback. They were gone for a little bit. I'm sure you've heard me say it before, maybe in some previous videos, that they were going through some management issues. But I've heard that they got a new factory and they're under new management now, or new owners. And yeah, things are looking better. This one doesn't have an opening HUD, no. I thought it did, but it doesn't. I should know that already. But yeah, this is going to be at our store for $10. They used to be like $8, I believe, but they recently went up in price, just like pretty much anything in this world. But yeah, it's a nice rolling piece. Not too much to say about this one. It does have I can see the tire here isn't on completely, but I can fix that later on right there, just a little bit. Yeah. But it's a solid piece. Definitely no serious QC issues. That's what their issue was before. But yeah, they look like they're getting better. And I know they're coming out with some pretty cool castings. And they're remaking some of their old castings too, which is really exciting. If you guys watch my videos, you guys would have seen the Integra that they just made. Beautiful, beautiful Integra. And it's part of their Green Light Premium series. So it's much more expensive. I'm not sure how much it's going to sell for retail, or if they're just going to be selling with online shops or not. I'm not 100% sure. But that should be coming down somewhere along this year. So yeah, so there you go. That's a green light. And then this is Hot Wheels. This is the Hammer Drop set. Yeah, this is really nice. Nice Bugatti. This is probably my favorite Bugatti that they have made so far, with a two-tone. The color combination is just really nice. Yeah. Not too much to say about this one. In our stores, this is about $7. So assuming in the States, they're probably like $5. But yeah, definitely the cheapest one out of here. I don't really have much complaints about Hot Wheels Premium or their main lines, just because I think the value is there, and it's a good choice to collect. Now, you know, if you're collecting for realism, there is a little bit of like you know, exaggerations in regards to the wheel size, and sometimes the back wheel is bigger than the front wheel, for example. But that's the Hot Wheel style. Now they are kind of like leaning towards making cars more realistic looking, which I do appreciate. But yeah, nothing bad to say about them. The only time I have anything bad to say about Hot Wheels is usually referring to RLC, and just because, you know, it's really expensive, and it just got more expensive. So for us, the RLC piece would be $57. Plus you got to get a membership, and then there's $13 shipping. So you're looking at $80 for that piece. And if you already have the membership, okay, so it's $70. But that's pretty ridiculous considering, you know, a lot of this stuff, you can probably get 3 or 4 or most of them for that much money. So, you know, that's why I'm a little bit harder on RLC, especially when they have QC issues. Yeah, that's pretty crazy to me. All right, so next up is Kaido House. This one's actually really nice. It's white, it's clean. Even my girlfriend, she likes this one. She thinks it's cute. But yeah, Kaido House does a good job. I haven't been really a big fan of Mini GT lately, just because I find it kind of boring lately. Like there's not any opening parts, where this, you know, it has an opening part. This is not their best approach at an engine bay. I probably think this is probably the worst engine bay they got, but it still looks decent. It's clean, and the QC is good. You know, not too much to complain about. This one is just very clean in the white and the silver, with the gold rims. Something like this, you're probably like $25 Canadian. So what would that be? That would be like probably like 17, 16, 17 American. They don't sell them in retail stores. You would have to order them online. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those online stores near you and they have like a showroom, then you can probably pick them up there. Yeah, that's how I usually buy it. I just buy it online. And currently, right now, I'm using Tokyo Station. I'll link them down below. They carry pretty much everything except Hot Wheels and these two brands here. More of the Asian brands like Kaido House, Mini GT, Pop Race, NO64, Tarmac, stuff like that. And a couple of the European brands as well. But pretty much any of the stuff we can't really get locally, besides Auto World and that kind of stuff. Good Johnny Lightning. All right, you guys will probably be familiar with this particular casting. It's just another recolor by Pop Race. I really love this this casting, and honestly, if I could, I wouldn't mind getting every color variation, just because it's so well done, so well done. And every time I get a new one, a new color, I'm always really pleased, you know, by it. I never get sick and tired of it or anything like that. You can see the engine bay, very well done. Let's just zoom it in so you guys can actually have a good look. You know, very well done. You can make out a lot of things in there. QC on Pop Race is generally really good. I haven't had any issues, knock on wood. And the engine bays are always really, really impressive. The details are always really impressive. Yeah, very nice piece. You got your red interior. So something like this, I've said this many times. I picked this one up for $20. They'll go for like $22 Canadian. So you're looking at $14, $15 American. You can't, you know, can't really complain for that price point. That's amazing. I opened up this yesterday. I got these two from Tokyo Station just recently. So this is a Mitsubishi Evo 4. Very nice. I've been wanting to pick up this piece for a while now, just because I didn't have an example yet. And this one does have an opening hood. And again, pretty nice detail. Let's see if we can zoom in. The hood doesn't open as much as the other one, so but you can make it out. You can make out a lot of things in there. Very nice. QC again, very good. Not too much to complain about. The interior is just all black, but you can make out a lot of things there. Of course, it's a right-hand drive. Yeah, cool. All right, last but not least, this NO, and guess what? It rolls. It actually rolls very well too. I was quite shocked because a lot of NO, they don't roll, and you know, if it has a lot of details like brake calipers and a lot of fine details, I'm willing to give it a break if it doesn't roll. But if it has all that and it rolls, wow, you really hit the spot, you know. This one doesn't have any opening parts, but NO doesn't really do opening parts, but it does have brake calipers. Let me see if I can. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It's not like a crazy red color or anything like that. It's like a really mustard yellow. There are brake calipers in this one too. I just can't really see them on the camera here. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. On this spoke, right in between these two spokes right there. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Let's see here. What else? Keep, what's that say here? I know this was like a exclusive at an event. I don't have the box here in front of me, so I can't even remember what event it was. But I didn't go. I just got this one from Tokyo Station. The carbon fiber is not bad. It looks pretty clean. Has a carbon fiber hood, lens details, OZ wheels right there on the bumper. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. I think this is probably my favorite GTR 35 GTR. Yeah, it just looks really nice. I wish we could have a better looking interior. Oh, look, the screen. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit. The screen has a GTR, I think, on the screen. That's cool. I like little extra, kind of like Easter eggs in these things. I didn't look up the price on this one. I forgot. I know it's not as cheap as the Pop Race or the Kaido House. It's probably the most expensive piece here, but you know you are getting brake calipers and all these extra details, and they're always really well done. You know, this is a top secret GTR. You can see it on the banner there. So this is pretty awesome. Definitely recommend for sure. Well, I recommend any of these pieces here. Definitely try them out, you know? Don't be that Hot Wheels only or Mini GT only or even Pop Race only. You can be a fan of all those things still. And then you can have other brands. It's not like having a wife, right? Obviously, there's places that you can have multiple wives too, but you know, let's be realistic here. So let's say you have you can only have one wife, you know, and if you divorce your wife and you get another girl, it's not like you're gonna have your old wife and your new wife, right? But Diecast, you can have them all, you know. You can have some Hot Wheels, you can have some Kaido House, you can have some Pop Race, you can have some Eno, you can have some BMC, you can have anything, you know, anything you want. You know, you can even have one of these guys, cartoon, you know, cute, fat. Doesn't even go with these guys at all, you know. Besides being, you know, like small, like you can put it in your hand. I wouldn't say it's 1x64 like these guys are, but it's similar. It's similar. And I like all these for different reasons, you know. And I like all different kind of cars for all different kind of reasons. It's just cool to have. Cool, fun, you know. And sometimes it brings back memories. Sometimes it's a car you wish you had. Yeah, you know, keep an open mind. All right, guys. Thanks for watching today's video, wherever you are. If it might be daytime, nighttime, it might be the morning. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. I again appreciate all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm trying to get to a goal on YouTube. I'm not a goal necessarily. I'm just trying to grow my YouTube. I like this long form content where I sit down and I talk diecast with you guys. I am gonna start doing live soon, maybe on Sunday. Yeah, where I just come on and talk about diecast and hang out with you guys. But yeah, that's for another day. Thank you for watching, guys. Peace.